Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2019. Just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day today, to be honest with you. You can see kind of the big puffy clouds. A great day for solar. Solar's been doing very well. But just a nice breeze. You can see the trees have got a nice breeze going. So let's jump into topic, okay? Let's jump into the topic. So the topic title that you saw is I want to go off grid. What do I do next? Okay, so I might be a little bit of an expert in this field, I think, because I've been doing it and been living off grid now. Started our 5th year in June, so I might have an idea of what I'm talking about. So the first thing I would suggest to anybody, if you're looking to go off grid, is find the appropriate piece of property. You got to find something that's going to work for you. Okay. I want to remind people of something, okay? A lot of people, when they go off grid, within inside of a year, are back on grid because it is not easy, okay? It is a difficult transition. People are not mentally prepared to do it. They're not ready to make the sacrifices that they need to make to go off grid. And like one of the things that never stops, like if you're going to go off grid and you're going to heat with wood, and as an example, wood is an every year process. You're going to have wood every year. So if you're buying it or you're processing it yourself, however you're doing it, that has to be done every single year. So, you know, that's work in itself. Now, middle of winter, if you're low on wood in a house, you got to go out and get wood. So those are types of things that if you're on grid and you have a gas and electric, bill, and you just go over and you hit the thermometer and it goes up and you're good to go, okay? But if you're going to go off grid, there's sacrifices that you're going to have to make, especially if you're just beginning and you're starting from scratch. If you guys have followed my journey and followed my channel, we started with raw land here, okay? So like one of the very first things that we did before we even moved up here was work on the driveway, okay? So we had them bringing in creek gravel, and I'm going to kick this around so you can see the driveway, but we had them bringing in creek gravel in the driveway. This was a muddy, rutted path is all this was, okay? And so we had to bring in load after load of this creek gravel to build this up. So this wasn't even all the way back like it is now, and this turnaround wasn't here, none of this was here. So what we had to do is I ended up having where the camper is, I had them put in 2 loads of stone where the camper is and spread that out, and this was still, all this whole area was just a muddy, rutted mess through here. We brought the camper in probably, it was at least a year before we moved into the camper, okay? So we had to bring that in, and so we had to get that set up, all right? So the building obviously wasn't here at that point, and so, these were all processes that had to be taken care of, working on the solar system, getting that in place and getting that up. So if you're going to go off grid and, and do those things, my biggest advice to anybody would be get in contact with somebody that's already done it, okay? So here's 2 examples of people living off grid that I would definitely say you should talk to if you want to go off grid. Myself would be one, and then Bill and Rosa off grid. If you go to Bill and Rosa's channel, Bill is very, very knowledgeable, and he's very, very helpful, and he'll help anybody. So those are, like myself, because I've been doing it, I live it, okay? Bill, same thing. They do it, they live it. They've been off grid actually longer than I have, and so, we're the people that I would talk to if somebody was just beginning and wanted to know the ifs, ins, and outs of going off grid. But the first thing, like I'm going to say again, look for your property. Now, if you can get a piece of property that already has a well in place, that is an absolute bonus. We had the well in place when we got here, okay? And now, I had no idea where the well was because, I'm going to kick this around. The well is back over here, and we're going to walk over there in a second, I'll show you. But this whole area was all trees, overgrown. The bushes were all like this, okay? Where like you see on the side here. So I'm going to take you back. And so when we bought the property, I said to the real estate lady, I go, well, where's the well? And she said, I have no idea. Okay? Our well is all the way over here. this is the well, okay? It was literally just a capped well, and that was it, okay? So I have an artesian well, so the water's always coming up all the time. But so from here all the way over to the outbuilding, which is now the shop, you know, there was no lines, there was nothing. So here's this well sitting over here, and all this over here was, you know, way overgrown. So again, you know, but the thing was, I knew that there was a well on the property. You know how we found it? I had Bill come in with the bulldozer and started clearing stuff out, and he actually ran over that with the bulldozer. That's how we found the well. And he didn't break the casing at all. The cap itself broke. So then I ended up taking a 5-gallon bucket and flipping that 5-gallon bucket over the top of that until we ended up having other work done later and getting lines run in and all that type of stuff. But again, now, so looking for a piece of property, you got to find what piece of property is going to work best for you. So if you can find a piece of property that already has a well in there, that is a freaking bonus, because then it's not more money that you're going to have to put out. Come here, pups. I'm sorry, all of a sudden I realized that they have gone someplace. Puppies! Probably not too far, but still. Caesar! Pandora! Sorry, guys. Thought I heard him. Come on, pups! But anyway, so finding that piece of property is your first thing. Then, you know, depending on where you are, you know, make sure you know what your codes are, what you can do and what you can't do. That's kind of important as well. You know, generally the farther out you are, the more lenient they're going to be and allow you to do stuff. Puppies! So anyway, no, they'll come back. But so anyway, again, it's like pay attention to those type of things, okay? And so whatever you're going to do, if you're going to build something or you're going to have a building brought in, like we had the 14 by 40 lofted barn brought in, and we turned that into our home. Any way that you want to do it, realize everything. Here's the important thing, okay, that I wanted to, here they are. Good babies. Good puppies. Good coming. Yeah. So the important thing to remember is everything is not going to go exactly as you planned it to go. Never does. There's always going to be a monkey wrench thrown in there. Bumps in the road are going to happen. Health-wise, setbacks as far as finances, what you want to do, what the cost of this, that, or the other thing is going to be. There's always going to be those things. Now, here at the homestead, when we got in here, we did not have running water, guys, for a year and a half, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, when we finally, because I had originally, okay, I'm going to show you this too real quick here. Originally, we had put in these pitcher pumps, okay? So we got one there, one there. So we ran the lines, came over, one went to there, then the other one went over to here. So I would have to turn on the pump to, you know, have them working, and that's how I had those working. So when we were looking at putting in the storage tank for the water, okay, for the, you know, to hold water, I was originally going to put it over here because these lines are already over here. But my plumber, Joel, said, you know what, the better place to go, because the well is over here, would be to come over here, and I'm going to take you over here, and we'll put it in here. And he said it would be better. So you know what, I'm going to go with the expert that knows what he's talking about. And so what we did was, I put a 1,000-gallon storage tank in the ground here. So we had to have the bulldozer guy come in, my guy Bill, and dig this all up for us. Had to bring the storage tank in through here on this huge truck. They dropped it in here. We got Joel was here at the same time, and we had the line running from the well into here. Did that part of it. Then from this side of the storage tank up into the house, that's where the other line went. And I have a Gould's pump up in the loft up here, okay? So that distributes the water in the house. But that's what we had to do to get running water. Now I'm going to tell you what, when we got that squared away and got the shower and everything squared away in the bathroom, and being able to take a hot shower at home after a year and a half of improvising with showers or going to my mother's and showering and doing all that, It was so nice to be able to shower at home. So that was like a victory. It was a huge victory. And it's like, it's things that people take for granted. So again, it's like if you're willing to sacrifice and work on things, like we waited till I could pay cash for these things, okay? We didn't just, you know, put it on a credit card or anything like that. I waited till I had the cash to do this and pay for this whole project in cash. So now, once we had that in, that's done. That's paid for. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's a great feeling too. But you got to be willing to sacrifice. Be willing to make sacrifices to look at the big picture down the road. You know, you don't want to put yourself in huge debt, because now you're going to be a slave to that credit card or that loan or whatever to get your stuff done. But if you can do it as you go and you're willing to make those sacrifices, it's well worth it. It is a lot of work, guys, and it's a reason so many people quit within that first year, because that fantasy of going off grid and the reality that the fact that it is a lot of work and that things take time, that they don't happen overnight, because unfortunately we live in an instant gratification society. So, you know, people want things happening yesterday. They don't want to wait for anything. And you know, I knew that this was going to be a work in progress. And I'm going to tell you real quick, and I'll tell you a quick story. When we moved up here, the day that we moved up here, I sat both of my kids down, and at the time they were 13 years old, okay? And I sat them both down, and I told them, I said, guys, I'm just going to tell you right now, these first 2 weeks up here are going to suck. I was 100% honest with them. I was not going to lie to them. I wasn't going to sugarcoat anything. I was going to be 100% honest. And I'm going to tell you what, that first 2 weeks absolutely sucked. But you know, then we got the solar set up, and I said to them, if you bear with me, things are going to get better and better and better. And they have. And we've continued to make progress every year, trying to set goals and trying to reach goals. You know, like if anybody's watched the channel knows that this year we put in the solar rack here. So I had the solar all over here before, you know, on wooden racks, but now it's very organized and it's over here, and it has been so much better, and our power production has been so much more awesome, okay? So that was a huge win for us. And, you know, this year we got the chicken coop done and we got our chickens. So again, that was another huge win for us. You know, it's making that progress and making those steps and making things happen. And all the money for the chicken coop, all the money for the solar rack and everything, we paid cash for everything. So there was no debt incurred with these projects. And that's the important thing too. You don't want to get deeper in a hole, guys, okay? If you can work harder, you know, put in the extra hours or do whatever you have to do to make those projects happen, do it. Because it's well worth it in the end, because now guess what? I don't ever have to build another solar rack again, okay? My solar rack is there, it's done. I don't ever have to build another chicken coop because my chicken coop is done. So those are great feelings. And if you can obtain those victories along the way, like I said, having running water and being able to take that shower. Get over here. I think, yeah, I see. Get over here. Come on, pups. They went to the neighbors. Hey! Caesar! Pandora! Come! Here they come. Alright, they're going in the house. So sorry, guys. Come on, that's it. Let's go. But, anyway, there's a lot more to it. You know, if you're thinking of going off grid and you want to go off grid, my first advice would be talk to somebody that's done it. Just talk to, come on, let's go. House. Come on. Talk to somebody that has done it, you know, because they're going to give you good advice. They're going to tell you which way to go. Come on, let's go. Good girl. And so, you know, that's really important. And I'm sorry, guys, for hollering to the dogs while I'm doing this video. I like to let them out, and I like to let them get their exercise and run. And when I'm doing the videos, a lot of times it's a great time for them to do it because we're out here and they can just go nuts. But anyway, I did want to mention a couple things really quickly. Our sale on the website, preppernurse1.com, is still going on, and that is going on until the 4th of September, and it's the back to school sale, 20% off of everything. Obviously, this t-shirt that you see me wearing, and that is Prepare or Die, and that's one of the shirts that are available on the website. And so definitely, if you're looking to add a t-shirt, a coffee mug or bumper stickers, and I will show the bumper stickers again as well. And so there's the big one on the back, and with that you get it's a set of 3, so you get that one and you get 2 of these. So that's what they look like. And I'll kick this around here. And I'm not worried about people seeing my license plate, guys. I really am not, because anybody that hates me already knows where I am, okay? And so, but then there's the other bumper sticker there. But if you're looking to save on any freeze-dried food, or if you're looking to get any merchandise, it's a good time to take advantage of that now with 20% off, okay? And again, that sale is going to end September 4th. So just letting you guys know that. And so then we have the Prepper Nurse One community also on the website at preppernurse1.com. That is totally free to join. It does not cost anything, and it's a great way to connect with like-minded people. If you're just looking to chat with people that think like you do, you're looking to try to connect with somebody from your state, or you're trying to form a group, it's a great way to do it. And the message boards has got a lot of great information on there as well, and there's always a lot of chatter going on over there. So you have to register. Nobody can come off the street and just see what's going on, so it's very private. But that's how that works there. So if you're interested, please come on over, sign up for that. And again, that is totally free. So other than that, I'm trying to think. If you have any questions about going off grid, this is what I want you to do. If you have questions and that you want to know about going off grid, put them in a question down in the comments. And what I probably might do is, like Friday, I will try to go over some of these questions in the live stream. When I do my next live stream, which will be Friday, tomorrow, at 8 o'clock, we can talk about that then, and talk about what it's like and stuff like that. And that gives us a whole hour to really go into depth, and we can talk about moving off grid and living off grid and what it's like, pros and cons, highs and lows, and like I said, what keeps you motivated, what's going to keep you going and not quitting. Like I said, a lot of people with inside of a year quit and they go right back on grid. And I would like to see more people be successful with that transition to freedom and living off grid. So definitely ask questions down in the comments, and I look forward to seeing what you have to say. Anyway, guys, I want you to remember we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we love every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself. Nobody else can stop you, okay? That's also really, really important. Stay positive, stay happy, stay away from that negativity. Those type of people want to just try to bring you down to their level. They generally are miserable and unhappy people. I want to also thank all my trolls out there for the devotion of continuing to put thumbs down on my videos. It just shows you're still watching. So awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. It's funny to me that somebody that hates you would still watch your videos. It makes absolutely no sense to me. But if you do, that's great. Thank you for supporting the channel. It's really appreciated. So anyway, guys, I will talk to you all tomorrow. Look forward to seeing people in the live stream tomorrow night. All right, I'll talk to you later. Prepper Nurse One out for now. And I will end this by, there's Lucy, Bella's on the stairs, Soxy's sleeping on the side, and we just had Buddy who was out here someplace too. So, all right, guys, I will see you later.